Good evening, everyone! Welcome to another exciting night of 10 Dead Rats!
That's us!
That is us! Serving you up a hot and fresh dose of Warhammer Fantasy conjoined with old school D&D, like two circus freaks joined at the hip.
Wow.
Little politically incorrect on that one. I like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I also like
I like them better. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Bucky, for checking us. Yep. I had a setting wrong there, which was making
really
us go to the wrong
show together.
Wrong part of YouTube land.
So, he is the peanut butter then.
Yeah, that sticks the sandwich together.
The knife that spreads.
Christian
we're running out of
parts
of the
YouTube.
Oh dear. Oh, and here's my cat to say hello. Yep, you want to be
involved.
You heard her, huh? You heard her? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be seen, but she likes to be heard. Okay.
I want to see the baby.
She's left now. She heard.
She just
She was like, "Nope, I'm out. I'm leaving." Excellent. So, we're supposed to play some D&D or something, I think. Announcement time. First, obviously, as you can tell from the screen, unfortunately, Colleen could not join us tonight. She's stuck silenced somewhere without a microphone. We encouraged her to come in and mime all of her parts of the game, but she declined, unfortunately.
For some reason.
No, I can't imagine why.
You've just written everything down, hold it up. Just right, I steal that.
We shall press on, nonetheless, without her. Also, I guess just a general announcement for folks who are going to be watching the show over the next month or two. We were discussing just before the stream started, moving. Christian is moved into his new place, as you can tell by his lovely decor behind him. I am about to move within the next month or so, which means that things could get a little rocky and exciting for this stream, especially when I start to have to pack up computer equipment. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'll be able to figure it out. So, advance notice. Sorry, everyone, if it gets a little strange. It's already pretty strange.
Yeah.
All right. With that all aside, let's jump into tonight's exciting adventure.
Says
Dance, Gregolution.
That must be it.
Probably not that.
Viewers, we'd like to know from you what you think the letters and numbers on Max's hat mean.
BDC 76 for our podcast listeners.
That's right.
Yeah, great.
Right in. We'll select the best response, and the winner will receive accolades.
This hat. I'll send them this. If they give me their code as well, I'll send them this hat.
His hat.
Yeah.
Great.
Look at that. I'm not wearing glasses and I'm wearing a hat. I'm really in disguise for this session. Yeah. Just got new contacts for the first time since, well, at least we did this stream. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations.
What's it like to see?
New looks for everyone.
Well, I previously wore glasses, so I actually pretty experienced with seeing.
But then like
not been...
you moved to like a certain section of
the peripheral. It's all about the peripheral vision.
Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
Let's we're having a little trouble getting rolling tonight, folks. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Let's talk about what happened last time on 10 Dead Rats. So our intrepid adventurers discovered the dead body of Law Lord Hofflick, hidden in a trunk, in a hidden room, in actually not in Hofflick's house. I believe it was actually
Wassermeyer's
house, indeed.
Yeah.
They also found some exciting notes.
Of Indigo.
They found some notes lying about that Mina was able to use her book that had been recovered from the den of thieves, and translated some of those notes. Some interesting stuff there. And then they used her magic to interrogate the corpse of Hofflick. There was a moment there in the Wassermeyer's house with Mina and her new friend Janna. With the rest of the party hiding outside, their ears pressed to the door, definitely not listening into all the juicy details. The party then decided they had better go and check in on Ulrich, who they thought was probably in some pretty deep trouble. Unfortunately, they got there just a little too late and discovered his corpse dangling from a rope and a apparent suicide note there, which was quite distressing. The group then wrote a note to Lord Ehrlich with info about what was going on, about the disappearance of the Ulrichians and the death of our Ulrich.
Right.
And then themselves headed over to the home of Ariet von Karstein to get some advice and trade some information with her. They then, my last note says they headed to the palace. Is that where we ended as you were approaching the palace, I assume? Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. But before we get to that, one thing we were talking about... I like this one, Max. D&D Gangster, born 76.
Wow,
that would make you
nice.
older than me.
Man.
Don't think that's accurate, but okay.
That looked great, though. That looked great for however old it is you are. Yeah.
All right. Before we start the game, we were talking briefly about party and personal objectives. For those who don't know the rules that we're playing by, the 10 Dead Rats rule, which is available on our website, 10deadrats.com. The XP in this game is awarded entirely for the setting and fulfilling of objectives, both personal and party-wide. Personal goals generally are expected to be something that is achievable within 2 or 3 sessions, and the party goal is expected to be achievable in, say, 6 to 8 sessions. Let's just give you the general scope of how big of an objective we're talking about here. So, shall we start with the personal objectives? Has anybody got one set?
I mean, mine is still
I don't
set.
have either.
Yeah, still set.
I don't know.
What do you have, Max?
I mean, I've had it as cleanse Yeffi of her lust for blood for a while, but I think
Not made much progress on that one.
Well, that's true. I'm afraid that one might be impossible now.
You can certainly put it on a shelf and pick something new.
I'm gonna mull that. I'm gonna mull that one over and maybe more towards make sure Yeffi doesn't die of lack of blood. Maybe.
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm gonna keep that one in mind. You know, she's not here tonight, I will. We'll just ruminate on that.
Proving a negative is also always a little difficult. I guess how long do we let that go before we say yes, you've achieved Yeffi not dying?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. Christian, you were saying something about your personal objective?
Oh, I have neither.
Yeah. Well, the whole group has to have one party objective, which I'm pretty sure is not set. So I thought I'd do the personal ones first before we. Sorry. Dude defenestrates gut bag. Bravo!
Ooh, that's it.
Man.
Whoever said that, you get the hat.
Yeah, great. Just send me your address and your real name, and yep.
And your social security number. You need that.
I think you have to put that on envelopes. Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Christian? What's Indigo
I don't know.
looking
I
for?
feel like Indigo's ambitions will align pretty strongly with the parties of trying to infiltrate the Purple Hand, because he's kind of been chased by these bastards for a while now, but I don't know how to make it meaningfully different.
Perhaps something more geared towards discovering Indigo's own personal connection to the Purple Hand.
That's good.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Learn-
that's good, man.
learn why the purple handle looks like me.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mina? Got anything?
I for sure don't have one. I was thinking of doing something a little bit, saying like, have a good date with Janna, but I'm not 100% sure if we're going to make it or if it's a date.
We're gonna make
certainly
it.
thinks it's a date. Oh, thank you. You might be infiltrating the purple hand at the time. But I'm not sure how many, like, if that's going to stretch to the right number of sessions. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I was
Get
also thinking
Janna
of
to
just,
go on a second date.
Or admit your feelings to Janna?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Too much,
like,
too much.
no.
Too much.
Classic
That's too
anime.
much. That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe get Janna to leave Midnight. I don't see her doing. I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right, we can come back to that. Let's talk about the party ambition, which is a longer arcing thing.
So
Possibly something that could get us all the way to the end of the season, or at least halfway there.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Did we want it to be infiltrate the purple hand, or did we feel like that was too short term?
I think that's... I don't know. That doesn't feel too short-term to me.
No.
But I also am not sure specifically what infiltrate means, you know? Like, when have we done it? Like, do we want to convince them that Indigo is actually someone who can be in there? Because right now they hate the person who looks just like him, but they seem to be okay with somebody who looks sort of like him, so I have no idea where...
Yeah, I guess...
Maybe...
What?
Oh, go ahead, Andy.
I was just going to say, I think infiltrate is like when we have found a group of them and are in some way attached to that group, whether that might be like we're following them or that we're a part of them or whatever that might mean, or we've captured them or we've been captured, whatever. This is going to go wonderfully, as you can see from my optimism.
Yeah.
But I think like once, like the big issue right now is that we just don't know where they are or what
We
their
don't know where they
numbers
are,
like.
that's true. What if it's just discover their logistics, like where their base is and how many of them there are? That seems
That's good.
challenging.
Or like find the Arch Lumen, right? We've seen that guy's name.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's
That is
very
a good one.
comprehensible.
Yeah. Would that work, do you think, Paul?
Yeah, sure. Find the Arch Lumen. I like it.
Alright, let's do that.
Alright, so yeah, that's a good one. Find the...
Okay. All right. Does that clarify anything for anyone in terms of a personal ambition?
I'm gonna still think on mine. I'm gonna still... yeah. Oh, wasn't I supposed to confront someone with the fact that we bested them in some way, too? I feel like I had a...
Helmet Cold?
I mean, I do obviously need to find Helmet Cold, but I'm pretty confident he's gonna be the Arch Lumen. I feel pretty good about that right now. Or at least, like, the Demi-Arch Lumen.
Yeah.
People that Bruno wants to one-up is a pretty long list.
Right. Maybe my personal ambition is figure out what the deal is with the purple hand because nobody will just straight up tell me. You guys just keep talking around it.
I'm convinced one of the other party members to explain what the hell the purple hand is.
That's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's that's gonna take more than 2 or 3 sessions.
Every time I've asked, you guys have just been like, it's a pyramid scheme.
Don't worry about it.
They're bad news.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe someone in the purple hand could explain to me what their deal is.
I mean, probably.
I'm gonna assume they have pamphlets. Alright, well we can move forward with that and then figure out
Very good.
the rest as it comes.
All right. So you are on your way to the palace, and I think that we had established that it was well into the day at this point. All of you operating on very little sleep, having been woken up in the middle of the night by Ehrlich to go and take care of the struggle at the palace, and then having spent several hours running about, looking into the chambers of various law lords, as well as the chancellors. I believe you stopped at briefly. So I'm going to say it's a late morning, perhaps even lunchtime by the time you arrive back at the palace. As you travel through the streets of Middenheim, and especially as you get close to the palace, you discover, while certainly the festival is ongoing, the carnival is still.
Oh my God!
Yes, it's still happening. A lot of activity still. As you get closer to the palace, you find that security is getting tighter and tighter. That events that apparently were supposed to happen near here have been moved. The presence of watch and even occasionally a member of the Knights Panther can be seen stalking about. You definitely get the sense that the powers that be are trying to clear out and secure this part of town. You arrive at the entrance to the palace, where you're interrogated about your business momentarily before finally someone recognizes who you are.
Yeah, we're pretty important.
Admits you to a sitting room where you wait momentarily by yourselves before finally the door swings open and none other than Law Lord Ehrlich comes stalking in. My friends, you've returned. Any discoveries in your investigations? I received a note from you about our Ulrich. Is it true? He's dead.
That is true.
And the temple is empty, completely empty.
Completely.
Where do you suppose they've all gone? That is very strange.
It is strange. So you haven't heard of any other Ulrichians wandering about or anything?
No, I have not. The Graf has called all his closest advisors here to the palace, and
makes sense.
Many of them have arrived, but some are conspicuously missing.
Right, and for the ones who arrived, have you stabbed them all?
No, why would I stab them?
There are no more shapeshifters, Bruno.
If I had one shapeshifter working for me, I would definitely make it my number one goal to have two.
I think what we're all trying to say here is that the good news is the town is saved. We don't think there's any more trouble going on here. The bad news is the problem has moved. Now Altdorf had gotten larger and more intense. But for you, fine. For the whole, realm. So,
slightly worse.
Yeah, so, anyway, we don't, based on our investigation, we don't think we're going to try again here. It's cool.
But they might when the Graf goes to Altdorf to vote on the council.
Well, the Graf is intending to leave very soon. He wishes to speak to you before he does, though. If you are prepared, we shall go right in and have an audience.
For sure. Have you all considered, absentee voting or something?
I'm not
that
certain.
Sounds easily corrupted. Yeah, then you never know. Anybody could be casting those votes.
Dead people,
probably. Oh, man.
Are we ready to speak to the Graf? I think so.
Is there something else you want to talk about?
I guess so.
I mean, it seems like all the big players have left or moved on or going to move on. Like, I think...
Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing is, are we worried, like, should we be trying to, like, chase down Wassermeyer?
Oh, yeah. Like, we should have done that, like, 6 hours ago.
That's what we wanted Ehrlich to help us with, was to run down all of the safe houses that we have.
Oh, that's right.
Did we not already ask?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, then in that case...
Yes, so, Lord Ehrlich,
yes.
It seems that Wassermeyer was the head of this conspiracy. Hofflick discovered it and was murdered, and then replaced by this shape-shifting creature. We have.
Do you have evidence of this?
Oh,
we have Ehrlich's we have a Hofflick's corpse.
Well, that's incredible. Yes, that's
dead for many weeks.
Bunch of letters.
And a bunch of letters.
Excellent.
Between Sparsmeyer and some spies.
They are in code, so I don't know how helpful that is, but I can give you the translated.
Oh, excellent!
versions.
This is excellent. We should present all this to the Graf.
Oh, sure.
Right. Now,
Okay.
how amenable would the Graf be to a minor stabbing? Just a prick.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. All right. It's just the last person who was a shapeshifter. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll just,
I can assure you that the Graf is who he says he is. He is definitely in his right mind. The High Wizard is here. I'm sure that if there was any strange goings on, that it would be discovered.
Wait, the High Wizard didn't tell you about the corpse?
I mean, I haven't actually seen him myself. I'm told he's here somewhere.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, if the High Wizard didn't tell you about the corpse, then this might not be the High Wizard, and unfortunately, might be correct.
It probably does need a light stabbing.
Like a gentle... I'm sorry, but it just seems like that's the first thing he would tell everybody.
Yes, that seems logical. Let's go and speak with the Graf, shall we?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He leads you.
I got my scalpel ready.
He leads you into the main courtroom, where the Graf usually listens to any kind of petitions or receives dignitaries, etc. It's a very large hall, not much furniture except for a big table up at the top end where you can see the Graf sitting. Next to him is a young woman in finery who you're not sure that you've seen before, and next to her is an elderly woman who's also equally bedecked in finery, although it is much more conservative. To his right, you can see the doctor standing to his right, but standing behind a little bit. You see the doctor Luigi Pavarotti there, and then you can see the three Min marshals gathered about that side of the table as well. The two elves are here, standing kind of in the middle of the room, and they turn as the door opens, and the four of you enter. They immediately come and kind of greet you politely. There's also a rather stern-looking gentleman who you haven't seen before, dressed in kind of martial gear, standing with two ladies who you believe to be members of the ladies at court, people you've seen around before, but you haven't really spent any time speaking to. That appears to be it, actually, in the room right now, as well as obviously the Graf himself. And as Ehrlich enters, the Graf says, Ehrlich, come, are these the very ones who saved me this morning? Come, oh yes, my champion.
Yes.
Ingard, Ingelstein, Indigo. Come, my fellow.
Yes. Hello, Graf. Good to see you in good health.
I understand you have been looking for the missing law lords. I seem to be down to. What have you discovered?
Yes. Hofflick is dead and has been dead for quite some time. It seems.
I guess not
Replaced
surprising.
by that monster that attacked you this morning.
Yeah, there's a little ripple of whispers and mumbles about the room as you announce
He
this.
was always talking about how he's a shapeshifter.
Have you seen the Grand Wizard around? The High Wizard?
We're expecting him. He should be here. Where's the High Wizard? He turns.
Maybe he was here already.
Raleen! And one of the elves turns. Raleen, where's the High Wizard already? He should be here. Raleen kind of looks around like, not sure why he's supposed to know. And then spins on his heel and stalks back to the door that the four of you entered from.
That's weird. Yes, we've also discovered that Sparsemeyer was apparently the one coordinating this big conspiracy against you.
Wait, do you mean Sparsum or Vassemeyer?
Sparsum.
No, Wassermeyer.
Wait.
Right, Wassermeyer is the imposter.
Vassemeyer is the part. Yes, Vassemeyer.
Yes,
sorry.
there you go.
Vassemeyer was also replaced by one of these creatures?
No, he just wasn't Bossemeyer at all. He was pretending.
More traditional subterfuge. Yeah. He's Indigo's cousin or something, but his evil one.
Well, he's not my cousin. We just look very much alike for some reason.
Yes, I see it. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. You do look like Vassemeyer, but younger.
Well, and here's what he'd look like if he were old. I got this.
Fascinating.
There we go, yeah. Yeah, aged up Indigo. Handsome guy. Can't wait.
His real last name is...
Magistry? Maybe?
No, is... what was my alter ego?
Liberum, but...
Liberum. His real last name is Liberum.
In the notes, they call him Magistry.
That's a different person.
No, I think that's Wassermeyer.
Bruno. That's a different person. Anyway.
No, it's the person.
They are a part of a cult. A chaos
I like to imagine this is all actually happening.
It's very confused. And everyone in the room has kind of crowded closer, and there's a lot of like repeating of what you said, and other people posing similar. Wait, was Sparsum the creature? Yeah. There's just a whole lot of
the real
really
person
bad
we're worried about is
on.
this guy named Helmut Kolb. Now he is some kind of.
Okay, so what we might be doing is we take the little spider web picture.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, that's visually. Thank God. Yeah.
And we can walk them through the different attempts at subterfuge and what the plan was, and then maybe we draw a list of like another little like tree of who was pretending to be who and who the shapeshifter was, so everyone is clear on it. And we are also not forced to repeat it.
So our Ulrich was having an affair with Emmanuel. Shocking!
That's... Okay, you know what?
And where's she now? He turns and looks around.
That's not her.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
You say that's not her, pointing to the young woman.
Princess.
The princess.
I think that's the princess.
That's Katarina Todbringer. Somebody says shocking. That's his daughter.
Oh, I see. See, I'm just from down here. Everybody kind of looks the same. You understand? It's just looking right at people's noses. It's hard to explain. Anyway, yeah.
Since the physician is here, can we ask him to explain the niece connection, which I still don't really get?
I
guess it doesn't really matter.
niece.
Yes, but why?
I don't know if they're connected around.
Yeah, where it's like, how is the physician connected to the niece?
I think the connections are going down, and the on the outside are not connections.
Oh, so the physician has no... Okay, I see.
That's my thought, is that... Yeah, that's my thought.
You're totally right.
As you're figuring this out, and everybody's kind of leaned over looking at this piece of paper that you've stretched out on the table, there's a bang back at the door opening, and you spin around, and you can see Ralaine and the High Wizard and Janna, along with 2 Knights Panther who are holding a big chest that they just slammed on the ground, and the High Wizard says, My Graf, Hofflick is dead! And the Graf says, yes, we know that, But what? And the High Wizard seems
How
quite
did
put
we
out.
beat you here? We stopped for lunch twice.
They had to carry the chest. It was a whole thing.
This is pretty
They started
heavy.
heading in this direction, and they were like, we need the chest. They went back for it.
Oh, man. How did we beat you?
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so we know Wassermeyer was an imposter. Sparsum was being blackmailed or just a big jerk.
Or was in on it, yeah.
Or was in on it. Hofflick was an evil shapeshifter. Our Ulrich was being blackmailed. Schneiderhammer was being hypnotized.
Did we still don't know
Ehrlich
who
was being
doing
blackmailed.
Ehrlich was
No,
being
that's
blackmailed.
cool.
Sorry, Ehrlich.
I'm not. Ehrlich says, I'm not certain how this fits into the puzzle, but given how much effort was put into enforcing these taxes, perhaps those should be reversed immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Wait, I look around. Does anybody say no?
There's some mumbling, and everybody else is kind of looking around, and everybody's like like waiting for someone to object. And the Graf says, "Well, all right. I mean, if everyone agrees," and there's a lot of like nods.
That makes sense. Okay.
Make it so, Ehrlich. Oh. Yes, my lord.
Great.
Okay, taxes resolved. We're really knocking them down here.
Yeah, maybe like an apology to the dwarves or something. Maybe some kind of like
Let's not go too far.
dwarf tax to get them to come back.
Well, like you give them money when they come in. I think
Maybe
No,
worry
you
about
can
that
say-
later.
Okay, but I mean they're clearly trying to, like, a lot of them have left already, and you kind of want to.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, like maybe like if a dwarf comes back, you give them the money that they paid in taxes as a refund, or
I
like
them
a
back into the
tax
city
break
as
on
fast as
buildings.
possible.
Yeah, you want the dwarves back. I don't know.
I'm sure. The Graf looks a little befuddled, and he says, "I'm sure that the Lord will see to this quite well." Siegfried, you can see the gentleman now in who's like in full armor that you saw earlier. You can see him standing around. Kind of looks up. Siegfried, we're going to need to appoint 2 more law lords. Will you fetch, please, the references and tell me who is currently up for promotion? Yes, my lord. And that man turns and clanks off.
And before you make them law lords, you should ask them about taxes to see if they have like a weird reaction to it, and also maybe prick them with a needle. Make sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I see. You're concerned. You're concerned that they could be not who they say they are. Yes, this is good. Albrecht, and you can see the High Wizard comes over. Yes, my lord. Devise whatever appropriate tests are required to make sure that any newly elevated law lords are precisely who they say they are. Yes, my lord. I will do it right away. But are we not to travel to Altdorf? Do you have time for this kind of thing? Yes. We must ready our travels. Albert, perhaps you had best stay and see to this. Oh, my lord, you couldn't possibly travel all the way to Altdorf without magical protections. At least take my deputy with you. All right, fine. Janna, is it? Yes, Janna, you're to go. You're to come with me to Altdorf.
And also, we should probably come because it's going to be very dangerous.
Oh.
I give Mina a big nudge as I do that and a big wink.
Well...
Yes, of course, I must have my champion there to protect me. He looks over at Indigo.
A champion.
your champion.
And you could bring your servants.
Men.
And he waves.
Yes, my men.
Yes, and your men.
There's also the question of the missing Ulrichians.
Oh, missing Ulrichians?
Have you not heard?
Did we mention this?
No.
The temple is empty.
It's empty? Where is Ulrich? Oh, I thought... Has he run off with Emmanuel?
No, he's dead.
Dead?
Dead.
Yeah.
That's terrible news. Where's his second? Where's the
where's
the underpriest?
All disappeared.
They've all disappeared.
You think maybe it was a coup or something?
Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Yep.
At this point, one of the mid-marshals, the watch commander Ulrich Schutzmann, steps forward.
Ooh.
Sir, this could be very bad. This could be if the sons of Ulrich take over the church. God, Sigmar knows what chaos might ensue. Good. Gather the watch and secure the Temple of Ulrich immediately. Yes, sir. He goes.
Okay.
Rushing off.
Our
Ulrich was to accompany us to Altdorf. They will want to know why he's not there. He, of course, is an Elector Count himself.
Yeah.
They really didn't want him to come.
Who didn't want him to come?
The bad guys?
The cult.
What cult?
Who led this conspiracy? Maybe that got drowned out. Yes. We believe that Bossemeyer? Is that what we decided his name was?
Yeah, Lord Bossemeyer.
Lord Bossemeyer was an imposter from the Lieberung family who are all members of this cult called the Purple Hand, a chaos cult.
Oh.
With designs from Bogenhofen
maybe
to here.
Maybe that's a salient detail.
That is widespread.
Yeah. See, way back when we knew this guy named Rolf, it doesn't matter.
My God.
We've been dealing with the Purple Hand for a long time now.
I see.
We all know equally the same amount of information about it.
We do, correct, yeah. In case you were wondering, right? Each of us has completely replaceable knowledge with the others.
Well, there will be plenty of time for us to discuss this in detail in our travel to Altdorf. You can bring me up to speed as we journey there. Do you have things to pack? Do you need time to prepare yourselves? I wish to leave as quickly as possible.
We should pack and buy different outfits.
No, I'm happy with my outfit.
No, we need different outfits for Altdorf.
What? Oh,
yes. Talk about this later.
Got it. Yep, got it. Right.
Okay. New face.
Who's all going? Who's all part of the retinue that's going to Altdorf?
That's a good question.
Well, myself and the knights and I suppose the Janna will be coming with us. She kind of gives a polite curtsy. General Schwermut will come.
Okay. Good. The general is coming.
I should like to come, Father. Oh, Katerina, you can't. We must leave a Todbringer here. But my brother can't. No. You must stay, Katerina.
What's with your brother?
You're asking that to Katerina?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just that he's perfectly capable, and he can. I'm sure. He can handle anything without me. Who are you?
Mina is our most mysterious companion.
I moved behind Indigo, my favorite spot.
We should gather our things, and then we'll be ready to leave.
Great. And when are we leaving?
We'll leave first light in the morning.
Great.
Okay.
Go and prepare yourselves. Is there anything else?
How many knights are you bringing?
Oh, at least a dozen, I should think.
Let's double it.
That's got to be plenty.
I would say
A dozen
it.
Knights Panther, that is many knights.
Yes.
That's true. 24 would be better.
Well, my life was endangered just last night. I'm not taking any undue precautions, I think.
I don't know. Like, look at this map. Look at how much money and time and effort and personnel they put into just swinging your vote.
And why, I wish to know.
True.
Why? What is so important about these taxes?
Well, I mean, they're destabilizing the city, right?
I'm afraid they've accomplished that goal. If Ulrich is dead, the strife between the Sigmarites and the Ulrichians will surely boil over at this point.
That's actually a great point. It's like, if they were planning to replace you anyway with a shapeshifter, what are the taxes in there?
I don't know.
Well, the taxes would weaken the city while he wasn't around. And we know that there were beastmen and Skaven under the city, so...
There might still be out here. Yeah, you maybe want to keep some nice
I want to keep some people behind, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, and now does anyone know who Helmut Kolb is? This is driving me absolutely crazy at this point. Has anybody heard of this guy? No.
Nobody seems to know.
Is that the guy that we think maybe did the magic?
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
that's the guy that bruised Bruno's ego by signing his name on his book that he sent to many people under different names. So of course someone could easily change the name on the manifesto, Bruno.
It's a manuscript, not a manifesto, first of all.
Whatever.
Let's go pack. You know what? I'll find Helmut Kolb on my own EVs. Ridiculous.
Well, see you guys later.
Oh, jeez.
Mina's looking at the wall.
Excellent. So Bruno, Indigo, the two of you head out to go prepare yourselves for travel. Is that true?
Yep.
I guess, is there anything else we need to, like, are we worried about, like, the amount of people who have slipped away here?
Yes.
Yes,
It's a lot.
hugely.
Absolutely.
So many.
It's
Also,
an entire religion.
Yeah, we're going to be going on, like, the same path that the Grand Theogenist got attacked by those Sons of Ulrich on.
Yeah,
Also, we're going back to Altdorf where we have enemies.
Many enemies.
I'm sensing a great opportunity for some invisibility.
Are we going to be invisible for the entire... Oh, when we enter the city? We could do that.
But, you know, let's put a pin in the invisibility thing for now.
I thought we were pretty good at it. And the last couple of times, it was fine. And that one time where I made the witch invisible, to be fair, I did a great job making her invisible. That was just a mental error on my part. I think she was just a person.
That's true. That was not.
She instantly turned into a demon.
That's not my fault.
Well, right.
So,
That was her fault
to begin with. That was her fault. The invisibility was great.
Uh-huh.
The demon was super invisible. That made the fight a lot more challenging. So it definitely worked. Yeah.
Yeah, we got more experience for that one for sure.
I was thinking before we left, we should talk to Eisenhower, the priest.
Okay.
And I kind of want to, at some point before we get to Altdorf, talk to the general and tell him the whole situation with the Kislevites in Altdorf. Because
you want to tell
we're going to have
that?
to do some we're going to have to do a lot of mysterious vanishing once we get to Altdorf. Because we have to avoid the mob.
No, if we only go to where the rich people live, we should be fine. Like if we're only going to the fancy castles.
Exactly.
I don't.
Yep.
So like storm a palace?
I don't think we should just trust that we don't run into Frank in his home turf. That sounds naive.
Well, we should send a letter to Frank.
What?
We should send a letter
to Frank. And say
Tell
what,
him
Mina?
We have a great opportunity, and we couldn't get the stuff because it's made of poison, and the castle fell down, but we are now traveling with, like, the most important people from Midheim to meet with the most important people in Altdorf, or in the whole friggin' country. You think you can't come up with an opportunity to trade?
So you want to send a letter to Frank, who wants us dead because we stole thousands of crowns worth of merchandise from him.
We didn't steal anything from him.
Well, from his perspective, we did.
I don't know that.
And tell him that really in exchange of scrubbing our debts, we're willing to con the Emperor. Is that what you're saying we should do, Mina? Because I have some notes about that plan. I don't think it's the best one we've ever had.
Well, it would get us off.
It's probably not the worst one.
It would get us off his shit list long enough for us to be in Altdorf. And if the thing he asks to do is just, like, be unethical a little bit, that's, like, kind of, you know, the Indigo and his men vibe. Yeah. And if he wants us to, like, kill the Emperor, we won't do that, obviously. And then we'll still be on the shit list.
Okay, what about... Okay, so I don't know that I've brought this up before, but I do have this box filled with Graf.
What?
Why do you have that?
It's kind of a long story. I guess it's a pretty short story, but I'm not going to tell it, I think is really what I mean. So, I do have that. We could bundle up a little taste of it and send it to him and be like, hey, sorry about the last time, but we found a totally new source. We'll get back to you in a month with it. And then we'll be into the city, out of the city. We'll be in the bougie section. No running into him. And he'll just be happily waiting for something that we don't know. So we'll lie to him again, and then he'll definitely want to kill us. But he can only do it once, no matter how many times we lied. So I think it's okay.
I don't think we should tell Frank that we're coming back to Altdorf at all.
Right, we won't. We'll just tell him that we're way up in the countryside. We went to Bretonia, which maybe we should have done.
Maybe we
It's
should.
still an
don't
option if
contact
we
him at
mess
all.
up the saving the Emperor thing.
Or we just get a bunch of, like, fake noses, and we just go into town like the highfalutin agents of the Graf that we are.
Yep.
He did ask me to assassinate someone once, so I don't think further assassinations would be out of the question for him.
Yeah, I think we should probably just not try to interact with Frank at all.
You know what? We could wait for Yeffi to deal with that.
She's so good at that. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
You notice at this point, as you mention that, as you look around, that Yeffi is not here with you, and you're not sure why. She was here a moment ago.
Oh my god. Speaking of...
Probably.
Stupid Bloody Marys. I knew it.
So, speaking about things that we're not talking about, should we, talk about that? No?
Oh, well, she's not here. How she's turning into a vampire.
You're looking around now. You've kind of moved yourselves into a quieter corner of the courtroom, of which there are plenty, because most people are gathered around the table, and there's still a lot of occasional shouts and commands, and you can tell they're still very much just reacting to all the news coming in and trying to figure out plans and figure out who's in charge. As not only have they lost several leaders in the city, but also yet more of them are planning to go on this trip, and they're trying. Clearly, there's a lot of debate going on over there about who's covering who.
I did not realize you were still in this room while I was discussing calming the Emperor, and I do.
You've got it's a very large room. It's easy to have moved yourself into a corner of it and feel like you're fairly private. You do notice looking around that Ralaine is kind of just loitering by the door. Doesn't seem to want to be involved in all the debates going over there at the table. You notice that Janna is kind of standing hesitantly near and listening into the conversation happening at the table, but doesn't seem super involved in what's going on over there. The group of Knights Panther who brought in the trunk have lifted the trunk up and have moved it off into a side of the room.
It does contain a disgusting dead body.
It does indeed.
So you all noticed some strange stuff with Yeffi too, because I have a bunch of notes here, and I'm now about 75% sure she's turning into a vampire.
Yeah.
What gave it
In fact,
away?
I actually have only notes that say that she's turning into a vampire. I haven't found evidence to the contrary at all. So...
Yeah. Yeah. She's been drinking a lot of blood.
Right, that's definitely key. Under blood drinking heading here, I've got a lot of instances written. I got some of wandering around at night, being perturbed by the sun. Yeah, it's a lot of drinking blood, actually.
So, given that she's been, fine so far, and all the vampires we've met seem to really like her and be happy to give her blood. And she hasn't, had to murder anybody for it. Are we even concerned?
It's nice to have.
Oh, okay.
It's nice to have the Van Karsteens be our friend.
No, it's not. That's a Rock's vampire boss.
They're very wealthy.
They're vampires.
What's wrong with that? Maybe it's one of those things where you think they're bad, but they're just, maligned.
Well, let me go get my buddy the Skaven, and I'll just chat with old Joe's misunderstood Skaven over here. He's probably just misunderstood too. Not an evil rat. Poor Francis.
Rat. You see? Maybe they're just people who can't go out in the sun anymore, but get to live a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like Yeffi's choices are Yeffi's choices,
Warlock also has some problematic sexual impulses too, but that might just be a personal thing for him.
Yeah.
I think we should keep an eye on it and keep an ear out for ways to reverse the effect. But right now, I don't know what else to do.
Okay. Well, the entire time I've known her, she's sort of been vampire leaning. I still like her,
Maybe you could, while you're receiving all of this official wizardly training from Janna, you could
I don't think that's what they're going to be talking about.
Any magical solutions? Maybe you could find one, and you'll definitely go down in history if you find a magical cure for vampirism.
It's going to completely ruin the date.
It's how do you get,
I mean, if you think it's more important to make sure that Janna likes you and wants to go out on a second date with you, then by all means.
No, she offered to.
If only we could find Helmet Cold. All right.
Well, that's not the solution. Let's go buy clothes or something.
Yeah, maybe we can can we buy masks? Is it cool to walk around in masks? I just don't want to get there and get murdered. Yeah.
Maybe we could get disguises at the carnival.
Oh, man. Oh, what if we just went to Bretonia? We should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was fully on board with going to Bretonia before we went to the castle.
I know.
Now we're morally involved.
Yeah, and when Sigmar tells you to do something, it's hard to say.
That's true.
No,
Sigmar
I'm going
probably
to
could follow
Bretonia.
us to Bretonia.
Yeah, he's sort of a god of the Empire. They probably have their own Sigmar there. French Sigmar.
Surely they believe in Sigmar in Bretonia.
He's got like a little beret.
Oh, yes. Watch out. Smoking cigarettes. Sorry to our French viewers. That seems quite offensive.
Sorry.
All right. Look, Mina has to get ready for her date tonight. Indigo and I can plot out what we need to do. Mina needs to find a better outfit for the date. We need to find maybe disguises or something.
Okay. I thought I was just wearing. Is this not?
It's kind of the same thing you've been wearing since you were a servant to that necromancer, so it's got sort of a...
Okay. No, it's got... I'm wearing a little fur... It's fine.
No, you do you. Absolutely, that's totally fine. No, you wear what you want.
I don't know. Buy new clothes. Why?
No, don't let me, sure, I like changing up my look for the context of the current thing we're doing, but I notice nobody else has that impulse, even though we are a professional organization now. Indigo's men.
Indigo has had like 2 outfits these many months or years that we've been traveling together.
Super grody at this point. Yeah.
Right,
one of them used to be nice, but you've worn it to a few too many things. It's got some stains. It's a little threadbare.
Oh, yeah, we should all get nice outfits if we're traveling with Graf. Do you think the Graf will give us money to buy outfits? Probably not. He's probably not aware of money. He's not even aware. Hear him be like, what are... The taxes could do something bad? I don't understand things. I'm very good. He's still in this room. Oh my god, can we leave this room?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah. All right. What do we actually need to do before we go here? I know Mina's got her date, but what else is there? Oh my god.
I want to talk to the priest.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Just to see if he could help with the defense of the city at all, because there are no Ulrichians anymore.
All right. Okay. Do you want to go see him now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. We don't have a giant piece of paper this time, but I'm sure he'll still let us in.
Okay. So all 3 of you travel to the Temple of Sigmar. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sure.
I'll do that.
Okay, great. So you leave the palace. 3 of you head down to the Temple of Sigmar. As you approach that side of town, there's less evidence of the chaotic goings-ons and more carnival. The air of levity sort of returns to the streets. And you find it all a little surreal to be walking through all these partiers and eventually make your way over to the Temple of Sigmar, which is pretty quiet. As you enter, there are a few priests of Sigmar shuffling about. There's a small service appears to be going on that is very poorly attended. You can see you're greeted by a young acolyte who recognizes you from your visits in the past and says, "Oh yes, I'll take you to Father Eisenhower right away," and it brings you back to a back chamber where Father Eisenhower greets you. "Ah, my friend, you're back. I hear many things have been going on since your meeting with our Ulrich."
Yeah.
Couple of things.
Yes. What? For once, I remembered one of my NPC's accents.
Yeah, nice. Winner, go home and flip the prom queen. All right.
How up to date is your news, Father?
Up to date? What do you mean?
Yeah.
I heard that you're Graf's champion. Congratulations.
So not very
on
up
the
to date.
shoulder.
Yeah, still a little.
What news? I'm not really in the inner circle. You know, it's Mindenheim is an Ulrichian town.
Much of a
Wow.
rundown.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, great segue.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
there are no Ulrichians left in the city.
What do you mean? There's lots of people here who worship Ulrich.
Not as of this morning.
Wait, what? He goes and he looks out the window. What?
Huh.
The priests and stuff, like everyone who works.
Wait, the temple, the priest.
Oh
Yeah.
Empty.
temple's
Empty.
empty.
Where have they
Ulrich
gone?
is dead.
If we knew, we would tell you. That would be part of the thing. We would have said they all went to X.
That's not good. That's very strange.
If you heard Bruno, our Ulrich is dead.
Our Ulrich is dead.
Yeah.
He rushes over to the door and like shuts it. What do you mean Ulrich is dead? Did you kill him?
No.
What?
No. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Okay, wow.
we would've
Boy, what
killed
kind of
our
energy
Ulrich?
did we come in with last time? We just had a giant piece of paper. Jeez. No, we didn't kill him. He might have killed him.
It was staged like a suicide, which might be what happened.
A suicide? But why?
That's really his personal information that I feel like we shouldn't share, but there seems to be a legitimate reason for it.
Oh no. Well, this is very bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of turmoil happening in the city right now.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
We were hoping we have to leave with the Graf to Altdorf. I was hoping that you could lend the resources of Sigmar to help keep Mindenheim stable while the Graf and the retinue is gone.
Of course. I'm at the Graf's service if he needs me. We don't have a large retinue here, but I'd be happy to write to the Grand Theogenist and ask for reinforcements if that's necessary.
Probably a good idea. What about those flaming heart guys that we ran into? Are they around?
I believe so. Yes, I can. Yes, we can muster some of them.
That's probably a good idea too.
That might be a wise precaution.
Very good.
Yeah.
Have you heard any news about the Grand Theogenist since he left Mindenheim?
Oh gosh.
I received a letter from him that he had reached Delbers.
Oh, that was written by us. That was delivered by us. That was the letter we gave.
Yes, of course.
Well, yeah, a giant piece of
big
paper. Yeah, that one. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
His eyesight's going. He needs his large print lettering.
Yeah, and we didn't know what was in
wait.
it. So this deal.
Your letter said he was headed to Delbers, didn't it?
Yeah.
We
Was
don't
he
know.
We
actually-
obviously have no idea. Yeah.
We would have no idea because it was so.
Well, I've not heard that he's reached Altdorf yet, but he should be there soon. It's not been many days since he left. I mean, it's a long journey.
Okay. Well, if you wouldn't mind, when you hear that he's arrived, can you send a letter to us on the road, just so we know?
On the road?
Is that a thing?
How would that work?
Send us a text message.
Text us when you're safe.
Yeah.
Just let us know when you get home.
Are we gonna be stopping in Delbers? Is that typically on the way?
Oh, yeah. If you're headed to Altdorf, it's basically not possible to.
Okay.
It would be very roundabout to get to Altdorf without passing through Delbers.
Can you sound us host to Delbers then? However long it would take. How long does it take us to get to Delbers? Like a week?
An excellent question.
Good question. Yeah, I can't remember.
Let me look that up.
Is that?
But you're guessing many days, if not weeks, of travel. Depends on.
Okay.
Actually, from Midnight to Delvers, your only choice is by coach, and you're not sure. You're guessing the Graf doesn't travel by coach.
Yeah.
Unclear how quickly his retinue will move.
Yeah, my guess is that a messenger with feet
go faster. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just in case something explodes here, so we could...
That's a good idea. Yeah. That's a good idea. So maybe he can send us a letter send a letter to Delbers addressed to us about the situation a week from now.
Yeah. And that should be good timing-wise. We can't be the first.
However,
if we miss it, we miss it, but...
Yeah.
However late he can send it, where it will still reasonably get to Delbers in time for us to see it.
I like that. That's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
I will send a written message to Delbers then. In a week's time.
Thanks.
Very good.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
That really makes up for that plan where we were going to have Franz ask us, or Frank ask us.
Okay, I like letters. What do you want? It's nice to get close to things.
Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight.
You're going to send yourself a letter to Delbers?
No, I'm going to send you a letter to Delbers. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I hope so.
Is there anything else we want to do?
Oh, can you tell him, without having to go through the whole spiel again, about the pricking someone on the finger thing?
Oh, man, it's a lot to explain.
Yeah, assume we've just done it. Helicopter move and veer off screen, and we've explained to him about pricking your finger thing. Unless you want us to explain to him again.
No, that's fine. You explained to him that there's evidence of strange creatures who bleed an unusual color. Yep.
Great, okay.
And you want him to do what, though? About that?
Just, if anyone acts weird. If anyone's acting weird.
Check
to know
their blood.
That's a backup.
Very good. All right.
And to watch out for anybody with a purple hand tattoo.
Very good.
I feel like we're all so anxious that we're going to leave the city and then it's just going to crumble down.
Immediately collapse.
Yeah.
We're going to turn around, it's just going to be on fire.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Is there anything you need from us? Is there anything we can do for you at Altdorf?
Well, I mean, I don't think so. I would write a letter to the Grand Theogenist to have you deliver, but I'm sure it would just contain the information you're going to give him anyway. So
That's fair.
yes,
That's fair. Yeah.
Just,
well,
go with Sigmar, I suppose. Good luck to you.
Yep.
thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We're gonna need it. I'm not seeing anything in past session notes that we need to take care of here. I don't know if there's something I'm forgetting about, but
Yeah.
I feel like all the other clues have fled town.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shopping now.
Excellent. So you spend the remainder of the day shopping and preparing yourself for travel.
Oh yeah, I've got two things I need to do.
Yeah.
I am going to write a letter to Mina addressed to Mina in Delvers, and the text is just going to contain Janna plus Mina in a heart.
Wow, I hope that's not really mean for me when I get it.
And I am going to start nightly extracting a small amount of my own blood and storing it in little vials.
Oh no!
In case that comes up.
Wow. Very good.
Yeah. And I'm just going to note on my character sheet, ever-increasing vials of my own blood.
Great.
Normal.
Well, that won't.
Stick that right in the Narop snuff box, and we'll start a little Chaos Terrarium Part 2. No, I keep that separately in nice, pristine vials where it will not mutate into some sort of blood Francis. That would be cool, though.
Sorry. So, the instructions you left with Eisenhower to write to you in Delvers in a week, was there something specific you're hoping him to tell you about?
The situation with Thinheim, and also if he hears that the Grand Theogenes managed to make it to Altdorf.
Right.
Situation.
Right, that's what I was missing.
Yeah.
General political atmosphere. Yep, plus...
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Um,
Anything in particular you're shopping for?
Yes, I'd like to get a set of fancy clothes for us all to wear that looks like something that... It's what Mina thinks someone who is in the retinue.
Oh,
so it's
man.
going to be
So like
just...
a pale blue dress.
Yeah. Nice.
And some lavender perfume. Understood.
Jesus Christ. No, it's not... Yeah. I think she just went to, like, the fanciest store on, like, the middling block and was like, your couture, please.
Yeah.
It was very awkward. But she got enough for everyone, and then also another set of traveling clothes, so we don't ruin the fancy clothes.
Very good.
And also, if there's anyone selling, like, jewelry, like a bracelet, or a necklace, or
Sure.
something nice.
Sure. You can certainly find that. How much do you want to spend?
What's the going rate? Something nice. Like...
10 crowns?
That's a lot.
5
Which is
crowns.
worth it. I can do 10.
Wow.
Bargain.
Mina gets talked into the 10 crown locket. Very
Yeah,
good.
nice. Yeah.
Very good.
Is a locket too forward? Do you think the locket's too forward?
Yeah.
Should I do like a bracelet?
A bracelet.
I'll do
Okay.
I'll do one. She spends most of her time doing that.
Yeah,
Excellent. Bruno,
Yeah.
Indigo, anything in particular?
Indigo spends some time thinking, packs his stuff, right, which is, I think, shoving his extra pair of socks into his bag and, arranging it with all of his armor.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes to an epiphany and goes out and buys a set of clothes to make him look like a scholar. So he looks as little like Indigo as possible.
Wow, that's smart.
Excellent.
Gets a pair of glasses to go on.
Nerd glasses, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a hat, things that Indigo would never wear, ever, as his disguise.
Indigo and Bruno come back dressed identically, yeah.
Yeah. Cut to Mina trying on the same outfit, but fancier.
Does he look a bit like this?
Yeah!
a bit like that.
Yes! Perfect. Excellent. Oh my god.
Oh, jeez. Cursed.
Excellent.
And while I'm shopping, I want to see if there's any news on the street about where the Ulrichians went.
Ooh, smart.
It's good, yeah.
Excellent. Roll me a fellowship test. Use your gossip skill, please.
20 the hard way.
Excellent.
Thanks.
The general report you hear, Indigo, is that a large group of them were seen leaving the town early in the morning. That presumably it had something to do with with the group of the forces being assembled by the sons of Ulrich near the border. That perhaps there was some kind of rift occurring amongst the Ulrichians, and a large group of them left to go join the sons of Ulrich.
Shit. Well, that's bad news.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Okay. I'm gonna purchase a bunch of glass vials to store my own blood in, and I'm gonna go back to the place, like around the area where I found that guy selling Narop before, and I'm gonna see if there's any more Narop I can purchase, or if it's completely off the streets.
Okay, give me a fellowship test.
Oh, Jesus Christ, 3.
You get plenty of offers for other drugs,
Yeah, I bet.
but no one has any Narop.
Take a little sampling of basically everything else that's offered to
Great.
You spend 4 Carls, and you have a collection of unusual drugs.
Great.
wow.
Well, on the bright side, if you put it in the thing with your Narop, it'll probably turn into Narop.
No, we're gonna. The Chaos Terrarium was a good experiment, but I think we're moving into a higher level of encapsulation on the dangerous items.
That evening, Bruno, as you return to your inn that you share with Mina and Indigo and Yeffi, the innkeeper spots you, and he says, "Oh, sir."
Oh, sir! Hey, that's very nice for a change. Yes. Great.
I have a note left for you by a young dwarf lady.
Dwarf lady.
He hands you a folded piece of paper.
Dwarf lady. Okay, I open that up.
Okay, great. It looks like this.
Oh shit! Yes, he's a dwarf. Damn it! I always forget she's not a halfling. She's so not boring. Damn it! All right.
Beautiful.
Well,
this belongs in a museum.
First things first.
You gotta read out loud for our podcast.
I'm sorry. Bruno, I'm wit or whiff Ariette, phonetically spelled, not bad. See you in Altdorf. Close. Yeffi. Hey, got her own name right, though. It looks great.
And yours.
And mine. Oh, that's nice. You know, I resist the urge to fix the spelling mistakes, and I store this. I store this like 3 layers deep in like my pockets, like not in the jacket pocket or the vest pocket, but my breast pocket. There we go. All right. Okay. Well, I was gonna go spy on Mina's date, but now I have more important things to do. Great. I immediately leave and go back to where we met Ariette before.
Okay, you to Ariette's house.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's starting. It's gotten dark out. It's just after dinner time. Mina and Indigo. Nope, I guess they're. There you go. Mina and Indigo are have returned to the inn at this point. Bruno's already left.
You should pass in the night.
Bruno, you head down to the house. You see a few lights on, but it doesn't look nearly as lively as it had been.
Oh, it's so spooky.
You don't hear any music. It looks very dark.
Uh-oh. Oh, I regret carrying this vial of my own blood into this vampire hideout.
What do you do?
I wish I was invisible. Can I knock on the door? Is there a door I can knock on?
You approach the door. There's a lot of like overhanging foliage that this one makes it almost kind of tunnel-like to approach the door. So it's very dark and spooky by the time you reach. And you reach up and you grab the knocker and you give it a clank, clank. And the door opens and you can see a tall, gangly man in a butler's uniform. Lean out. Yes?
Hello, I'm looking for Deborah. I heard she was here.
Deborah? Yes. I believe she accompanied my mistress.
To someplace?
They took the coach this evening, just an hour ago. You've just missed them, I'm afraid.
Damn stupid drug dealers. Where did they go?
I believe... okay. I'm afraid they'll be gone some weeks. They've traveled afar.
I unfortunately don't have... Okay, I just cast Charm Person on.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, man. Shouldn't have sampled the drugs before I came here. Whatever. Oh. So I'm rolling 1d6 for each caster or magic level?
For each point of magic power you have. Not have you taken multiple? Do you have more than a d6?
No, I just have the one.
Yep.
4.
What?
Okay.
What are you hoping to learn here, Max?
You can see the eye, the familiar kind of glazing of the eyes over the butler, and he blinks a moment. I'm terribly sorry, sir. How can I help you?
Oh, no problem. Where is it that Ariette and Deborah went to on their coach?
Oh, they left for Altdorf.
What?
Yes. They were summoned forth. My mistress was summoned by Manfred.
Man, that's... Oh, it's fine if she's a vampire. No, we should be friends with the Von Karsteins. They won't summon them off in the middle of the night and make Bruno walk through a spooky maze. Well, shit. Be upset with me about this.
Well, what? I'm quite upset.
Thanks. I don't believe it.
Can I help you in some other way, sir?
You know who Helmut Kolb is?
Oh my god.
The physician?
Oh my... Yes! Yes! Pros and cons.
Holy shit.
I believe we have some writings of his in the library. Would sir care to see it?
No, I really would not. Okay. So, go and burn everything that he's written.
Very good, sir. I'll toss it to the fireplace immediately.
Perfect, thank you. And are you a vampire by any chance?
Of course not, sir. I would be not very much help to my mistress if I were.
That actually makes a lot of sense. That's... Oh, man. All right. Well, you're not good at commiserating on being in pain here, so you can go and do the burnings.
Very good, sir. He shuts the door.
And Bruno walks away with his head down like sad Snoopy walk here.
having learned information that he already knew.
Yeah.
You could have asked him, like, what do vampires do in their spare time?
I don't care. He doesn't know where Yeffi is.
Mina and Indigo. You return to the inn with all your shopping done, ready to travel. Later that evening, Bruno arrives, looking a little downcast.
Hey, Bruno, do you think a locket is too forward for a first date?
Oh my god! What kind of picture is in it?
Oh, there's no picture in it. There's like a stone on it. It's just pretty.
Can I see
Would
it?
that make it a pendant?
Pendant. Yeah. Does it open?
Oh, they said. I don't want to break it.
Why didn't you ask me if we were here together a long time? Why didn't you ask my advice?
No, this is great. I gotta go to bed. Good night.
No, wait, Bruno!
What? I've been on plenty of dates.
What do you think, then?
I mean, I think a pendant would be a little presumptuous. It's a first date. Sounds like a lot.
Yeah. So this is
Big
why I didn't
step.
ask you. Bruno, do you think
Oh my god.
Amazing.
That makes a lot of sense, though. It absolutely checks out.
Yeah. Yeah, Indigo would give good advice. Useless. Well,
Anything else? Anything else?
I'm gonna go close myself in my sleeping drawer and mope for the rest of the night.
Excellent. All right. So we will jump to the following morning, early
We
morning.
don't get to hear about Mina's date?
outside the palace, where a large party gathers. Many Knights Panther, several coaches and wagons, a large number of horses. Riding astride one of the horses is the deputy wizard Janna Eberauer, who thoughtfully fingers a small pendant that she wears about her neck.
Oh my god!
Wow!
As your group, with luggage over your shoulders, approaches. One of the Knights Panther greets you and leads you back to the rearmost wagon. It seems the least exciting, the least ornate, but still fairly nice enclosed coach. And they load your stuff up, and you get into the coach, and it begins to pull away from the palace and travel along the road south towards Altdorf.
Indigo's crate of weapons is back there.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, that's not the map I wanted. It sort of is the map I wanted. That's the map. There we go. So, headed from Middenheim down the Delbers Road through the Drakvold Forest towards Delbers. It'll take you about a week to reach Delbers and another 2 to reach Altdorf. With such a large retinue, very little bars your way. So I'm actually going to just take it as read that the travel goes fairly smoothly. In those 3 weeks of travel, is there anything that any of the 3 of you wishes to focus on or do during your travels towards Altdorf?
So, do you wind up telling the captain about Indigo? Do you want to tell him about the Altdorf situation?
Yes. Yeah. I at some point will have a conversation with the general, and tell him about that we have my group has a predicament in Altdorf, that might require us to act a bit strangely.
Excellent. So you at some point you get. Hang on. Sorry, who is this? You're looking for the
general.
The general Schwermut.
Yeah.
If I can find him. There he is. General Schwermut joins you in your cart, the four of you traveling. Yeah, there's act strangely in what way?
Yeah, so we, through, previously to getting to Middenheim, we were monster hunters and mercenaries and the like. We have found ourselves on the attracting the ire of the Kislevite mafia in Altdorf, who possibly want to kill all of us. I'm sure it will not come up, but you might see us wearing strange clothes and avoiding certain areas of the city. I just wanted to give you a heads up that was something that...
I see. You need... And do you need protection when this happens? You want...
Well, I think we, in general, are going to try to find the Purple Hand while we're in Altdorf.
Yeah.
So, protection might draw a lot of attention.
I see.
But if
anybody
asks for us, we're not in the city.
You're not in the city. I see. You wish to be very incognito.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Very good. I could acquire for you, if you like, some Knights Panther uniform, if you wish.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Then you may travel with some of my men and perhaps be less conspicuous.
That would be excellent.
I mean, the halfling will stick out, of course, but...
I'm gonna back out.
And if you could, perhaps if anybody asks about the retinue, you say that the champion has a different name, isn't Indigo Halbersham?
Well, maybe we just don't tell them there's a new one.
We don't tell them there's a new one, exactly.
Yes, very good.
Perfect.
It's too bad you did not tell me of this before we left. We could have gotten Dieter to come with us and portray Graf Champion.
Oh. You might still be
there. I'm sure many in Altdorf do not know of these intricacies of Middenheim's ways. I mean, did you know, as Altdorfians, as members of the Reich, that there was a champion of the Graf, and his name was Dieter?
Nope.
Yes, no. Very good. I'm sure you'll be fine. If there's any other way I can help you, of course, just ask.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
I know that your mission to find this group that is behind all this is very important to the Graf. So, of course, our resources are at your disposal. I'm sorry to hear of this difficulty with this other group. How is there ways to recognize them so we can tell whether... I'm concerned that maybe somebody comes looking for you as part of your attempts to infiltrate this group, and it would be better to acknowledge that you exist rather than not.
We'll let you know if there's anyone you should tell that we're here.
All right.
But otherwise, just...
The group we're trying to infiltrate tends to wear an item of purple clothing on their person, has a tattoo of a purple hand, usually secreted on their person, and it makes this motion.
Interesting. All right.
To greet each other.
Very good. Do you think...
All new information
the first time Mina's heard any of that, yeah.
She's my personal goal.
Yeah.
Would it help if before we enter Altdorf, we stop and we let you out. You could approach the town on foot, maybe. That's another option. And then you not even appear to be attached to the Graf's retinue.
I think we probably want to be attached to the Graf's retinue, you don't think? They're not going to be looking for us as part of the Graf's retinue.
That's true. At least when when entering the city, just in case. And then we might find lodging elsewhere.
Okay. This is good. It's good.
Wait, I don't understand. If we find lodging in places that would normally find lodging in, then they can find us. If we find lodging with the Knight's Panther, we're not going to...
Oh, that's a good point. Right. We just have to be able to change what we look like so it doesn't... When we're trying to infiltrate the Purple Hand, they don't go, oh, those are those guys we see leaving with the Knight's Panther every day.
Yeah. So as long as we're wearing...
Right.
Well, we have ways.
Yeah. They have
Leave
ways.
We're making seen, right.
Which I'm 100% good at now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So I don't need to wink anymore. Everyone knows. I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right. Very well. If there's anything else, if you think of anything, you just ask.
Yeah. Now you're trapped in this coach with us.
Yeah. So anyway, what's it like being a general?
Yeah, is it fun?
Well, it's very nice. You can lean out the door and say, "Bring my horse." Yes, they do.
Wow, that's cool. Oh man, he really zinged us with that one.
Oh, that was good.
That was good.
They know how to have fun midnight.
Yeah.
Nice sense of humor.
Mean fun, but yeah.
Yeah. Not everyone's mean.
Occasionally on the journey, Janna comes and joins you in the cart.
Bruno gets out every time that happens, no matter what.
Bruno always gets out?
Yeah, always.
Oh, jeez.
And does a big wink every single time.
Oh, we're not. Indigo's right. We're just talking. Okay.
Oh, I can leave too. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's go.
Very awkward as Indigo awkwardly gathers his things and shuffles out.
This is so unnecessary, guys.
This is nerd costume.
I'm just gonna shoot my gun a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mina Janna does give you some papers, some very official-looking papers that seem to indicate that you are an official member of the Blue College.
Damn. Nice.
Blue College. I should have been able to guess something like that.
It's the Celestial College, as it were. She informs you there's all the colleges have major presence in Altdorf. It's where where all the academies are, and it's I maybe wouldn't present these papers at the Blue College.
Oh, okay.
But they should do reasonably well if you ever find yourself in any trouble.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cool.
This is why we left. See, immediate justification.
Yeah, Christian just left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even want to witness this part of the show.
Yeah. Fair.
Can you tell me of these magics you've learned that allow you to communicate with the dead?
Oh, yeah.
They don't teach that at the colleges.
Yeah. They wouldn't. Yeah.
So I used to work for this lady who did alternate. Did a lot of necromancy, which was bad, and so I collected a bunch of books and stuff. So I don't think I should share the books, but I'm happy to talk to you about this particularly because I think it's morally okay, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
It's certainly debated. I've heard that some claim that all of the different winds of magic are in some way touched by chaos. in one way or another.
I was trying to figure that out. Oh my god, that's okay. So, if all magic is chaos magic, and doing chaos magic destroys you from the inside out, what is it that's destroying you? I've never seen a wizard get destroyed the way a necromancer gets destroyed. It's just... I just don't understand it.
Many of the wizards do take on aspects of their schools. Many of the Celestials, their skin becomes pale, and they prefer the nighttime, and they seem to almost sparkle in a way.
Vampires,
like stars, like starlight.
Oh. Well,
and many of the wizards of the I think it's just, you practice that kind of magic and you become more like that aspect, I think.
Oh, well, what kind of magic do you? Just pretty people magic?
Well,
Bruno and Indigo were coming right back up to the coach right when they heard that, and they just turned immediately around. Oh, nope, more stuff to shoot. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was pretty bad. So you don't think it's the chaos magic that makes them look like that? It's just the dealing with corpses that makes
I don't know.
Like
I'm just theorizing. That the Bright Order, who work in so much in the lore of fire. Of course, many of them are known to be very fiery. I just mean it that the aspects of the magic manifest in the practitioners after time.
I need to do less invisibility, I think.
Oh my god!
You know some of the lore of shadows. That is fascinating.
Yeah, I guess because I didn't have a formal teacher, I mostly just learned out of books. Or entirely, it's the person I worked. She wasn't good at teaching, or interested in teaching, or interested in me, or remembered my name, or whatever. But I guess I just do a bunch of different kinds of stuff. Does the Blue College do a particular kind of magic that I should know?
It's the lore of heavens, of course. The study of the motions of the celestial bodies and the.
Okay, I'll put that. I don't know if I have anything like. I'll check on that and figure out Stardust. Does anyone want to come back in?
Bang!
So,
oh boy.
you and over the course of the 3 weeks, you get to spend several such awkward moments with Janna.
Yeah, nice.
They're all excellent.
Excellent. But you learn a little bit about the structure of the 8 magical colleges. There is the Amethyst Order, which is associated with the lore of death, which sounds like it is the closest to some of the magics that you're aware of in terms of the more necromantic magics. Although it seems like the line between that order and actual necromancy is difficult to draw. And generally you get the sense that as much as there is this structure that is imposed by the colleges in Altdorf, that at least Janna's opinion is that it's all a bit false. That there's more that binds magic together, and that it has more in common with each other than they expect, and that really the point of adding all of this structure and formality to it appears mostly to appease the peasantry into feeling like they're not just dabbling in truly dangerous areas.
Wow, depressing. And what college is she a member of?
The Celestial Order, the Lore of Heavens, the Blue College. As she was. In fact, you get the impression that the paperwork she gave you is a basic copy forgery of her own paperwork.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Great. Forge. Did you use like a potato for this?
Oh my god.
Potato? No, of course not. That wouldn't work at all, would it?
But this paper isn't even unusually enlarged. How could it be a forgery?
Oh my god. And then I had to explain to her that one time I tried to dispel an invisibility spell by punching the paper and it became twice as large.
So
I have no idea why.
So
spend
good.
like half the time trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, indeed. You understand a lot of the rituals around around the formal use of magic seems to be attempts at creating consistency to avoid exactly that. But she tells you even the greatest wizards have been known to have accidental surges in their practices. So, eventually, after your first week of travel, you do arrive in Delbers. There is a note for you there that from the Father
Eisenhower? Oh.
Father Eisenhower. Right. Yep. It in fact arrives the morning as you're about to. So you arrive there in an evening. You spend a night in Delbers. There's no letter for you. You're worried, and it actually shows up the morning as you're trying to leave. A coach comes in, and it actually is carrying this letter.
Great.
That's that. Actually, that timeline doesn't work out at all, does it?
Let's Game of Thrones this one.
Excellent. He'll have to. Anyway, the you do get a letter. It seems very harried messenger informs you that the local Church of Sigmar had received a letter via pigeon, and he transcribed it and brought it down to you. And it's very short, so it's just a quick note, and it just says, Middenheim Well, Grand Theogonist in Altdorf. Good luck, Eisenhower.
All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Do
Don't
I have-
100% trust the theogonist still, but
Yeah, that's
He
true.
was
cross
very
that bridge when we
shady.
come to it.
Yep.
While we're here, can I poke around and ask people if they've seen a coach or anyone resembling Ariette and Yeffi?
Excellent. You can. Give me a fellowship test.
Oh man, can I make Indigo do it? Damn it.
You could. You got to talk to Indigo about that.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's ask.
Woo! Natural 20 though.
Excellent.
Ooh.
I'm very dedicated.
Asking around at some of the coaching inns, you do discover one gentleman who's the night watchman at one of the coaching inns, and he says, "Oh yeah, I saw this strange black coach with dark curtains show up in just before dawn, and it came in." And it paid for passage over there into the coaching house, and it stayed in the coaching house all day. And then at night, when my shift started, what do you know? Out it comes just as the sun goes down and takes off again. And I never heard. And I asked the day watchman, and he says nobody ever came out. Isn't that strange?
That's pretty strange.
Yeah.
Spooky
Sorry.
almost.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of unusual and exotic drugs to sample now, so I'm gonna go. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks. Well, Bruno goes back to moping and sampling drugs to fill the void. just sadly looking at the letter Yeffi sent him.
Excellent.
Bruno, tell us that Yeffi was traveling with Ariette, going to meet us Altdorf. I assume
we would have asked about Yeffi. We would have.
Bruno, how do you answer them when they ask, where's Yeffi?
Man, she's meeting us in Altdorf.
Oh, how's she getting there?
She's going with everybody's best friend, the Von Karstein lady. You know, vampire who nobody's concerned with. I made their butler burn all the Helmut Kolb writing material, though, so it's not a total loss.
How is that related?
Yeah, the butler burn your own work?
It's not, alright? It's not related. I just want to make myself feel better.
That's fair.
Not all of our little squishy new romance here in the cart with us, huh? You know? Some of us just have this endless supply of illegal substances to keep us company at night.
I'm
going to eat this strange mushroom and sit on the roof of the coach.
Okay.
Oh, he's really broken up about this, huh?
Stupid vampires.
Yeah.
Stupid vampires.
I mean,
stupid Helmut Kolb. Stupid entitlement. That's where it all went wrong for me.
Excellent.
I knew him pretty okay. All right. Well.
Eventually, you do. The retinue does arrive in Altdorf. You do get the sense that your progress was slower than a proper coach would have been, but not terrible. And so after about 3 weeks of travel, by the way, healing for anybody who needs it.
Great.
Yeah.
Natural healing.
How much? Our level?
It's been so long since we've done this, I've forgotten what the rules
right.
were.
I think it's your level per week of rest.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm healed.
Very good.
Yeah, that puts me back to full. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice. Okay. Good, because we're about to become completely screwed when we get into this worst place we could possibly have shown up to.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
When you show up in Altdorf, it seems very busy, which is saying something for Altdorf because it is the largest city you've been in. Middenheim was no small city, but Altdorf is huge. And what you can see is a lot of movement about the streets. There seems to be in various sections of town places, in some cases, whole taverns have been taken over by one important official or another, and what you pick up from the chatter around is that the elector counts have been gathering, and so the counts from each of the major provinces has arrived, as well as various other important persons. So, for example, there's a tavern where the contingency from Stirland has completely taken over this whole tavern, and likewise, the contingency from Osterland has taken over another tavern. There's some. You spend a little time with your retinue stopped in the streets where there's a lot of argument and discussion, but eventually, finally, the retinue that you're with continues on to a fairly nice looking inn called the Wolf's Ear. And basically the whole inn is just emptied out for the Graf and his retinue, Graf Todbringer, who you're with, and they start taking up that space. From what you hear, apparently the Emperor himself has called a meeting the next morning with the with the various elector counts. In fact, they were waiting simply for the Middenheim retinue to arrive to have this meeting. That some kind of proclamation or something is going to be made, and there's a lot of chatter about that.
Are we going to be allowed to go to that? Or is that like just for the Graf?
It doesn't seem like it.
It does
not
seem like we'll be allowed. Oh,
you do not think so.
Hey guys, remember my great...
I do remember.
Wow. That...
We're gonna get
what
so
invisibility
big.
Is for.
Well, I mean, what on earth what other thing would you possibly want to sneak into?
That's a good point.
It's a good point.
We should also probably find Yeffi.
I don't even know. She's fine. She's with her vampire friends.
We should find Yeffi.
Yeah, no problem.
Not Bruno from moping about the rest of the trip.
That would be great.
Yeah, Bruno could use the sad Snoopy walk everywhere.
Well, lots to do in Altdorf.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's where we will end for the evening.
God damn.
Wow.
I totally 100% expected for you to be like, and Frank's there. All right, bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Frank waiting sternly.
yeah.
Checking his watch.
Well. Yeah, right.
You ever
Great
feel
passing,
like we're entirely in over our heads?
Yeah, right. Exactly. 100% here. Feels like we maybe shouldn't have rolled into this situation.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Tune in next week for another exciting installment of 10 Dead Rats. Hopefully Colleen will be back, and we will discover what exciting political machinations are going on in Altdorf. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Bye.